Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I've uploaded on my main channel, mainly because I've been focusing on other things with school and soccer, and also my clips channel. But now I'm finally back, edited a new video, now doing a voiceover, and we are in round 4 of this racing league that I'm a part of. It's the Venus Racing League. It's been going well so far. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but yeah, this first clip right here, you can clearly see it's not quite right. This was our first race, and that happened with a glitch in the game. Basically, the safety car was out, so the first race ended up just the qualifying was counted, and I think we got P9, so we only got 1 point because they were given half points for that. But this is round 2, and in round 2, I got side pod damage on the 3rd lap, and from there on out, it was just the most frustrating race of my life. It was a new setup and side pod damage, and I just couldn't take that turn 1. I kept spinning, and it was a very weird race, and I somehow came home in 7th after multiple safety cars. Caught back up, got 7th, and I was very happy with that result, especially with everything that happened in that race. So I took that and ran away from it, and in the 3rd race I wasn't here, so I couldn't be involved with it. But anyway, here we are in Q1 for round 4 in Hungary. We're trying the mediums for the first lap, and we do a 1:17.1.
Yeah.
Which isn't going to be enough. And the reason why I went on mediums was to try and save an extra set of softs for the Q2 and Q3, but we had to come out on the softs anyway, and we put in a 16.0, which will be enough for us to go through, as I think only 3 people got eliminated, as there was only 18. So we were comfortably through, and on to Q2, we come out early on the softs. We get the outlap, and on the outlap around here, you got to take it nice and slow. You don't want to overheat your tyres because it is very easy to. You want to try and keep them just below 90 degrees, so that coming into the 3rd sector, you can still push them. And I think I had the best. I was one of the fastest through the 3rd sector in this lobby, but oh boy, with like 3 or 4 people, they have some incredible pace. So my goal in this qualifying, I think, was top 5, was what I said at the start. I'll be really happy with that, especially as I didn't do too much practice. But here we are in Q2. If I can qualify in 1 set, I will be I'll be delighted, because it'll give me a chance to maybe save an extra set for the race. Because if a safety car did come out and come around this final corner, it's felt like a good lap. And as we cross the line, it's going to be a 15.8.
That felt like a good one.
You can hear my reaction now. I'm happy with that. So it's a 15.8. We go to the top, and we did retire. As we were comfortable with that time, we were like 8-9 turns ahead of the cutoff. So we are safely through to Q3, and the cutoff was that big because loads of people tried to qualify in the mediums, and they stuck it out, as they didn't want to start on the softs. But you can see here in Q3, this is our first lap. I made a mistake there, so we did a slow down lap, and then we came around again. And this lap was looking strong, 53.6 after the 2nd sector, and then we spun it, put it into a wall. Thankfully, we didn't go into the wall too hard, so we were able to go in, get our wing damage out. But I was struggling to get a lap this session. You can see 24.5 is my best lap, and that's because I pulled out of one. So I was really struggling to get it together in Q3, and you know, in Hungary, you don't want to start. You qualifying is vital around here. So I want to get top 5. That is my goal. I feel like I can do it with the pace I have.
That did not.
And you see here, this is going to be one of my last chances to put in a strong lap. And I'm struggling in the lap, and I almost lose the car through there. If I'd have lost it, that would have been my qualifying session over. I managed to catch it. As we come down into the chicane, we try and keep it close. We hit the bump a little bit, and it's not the greatest through there either, as we get another follower.
It's a stinker of a lap.
But it doesn't feel like the best lap. And you can see I go wide again, and I pull out. I'm like, we've got 120 left. I'm going to pull out, all my tyres down, and give it one last go. So I'm going to put all the pressure on myself on the final lap. Because right now we're P9. I think P10 hasn't set a lap either. So we're effectively P10 going into this lap. 1:15.8, you can see Kuki had put in. So we need to get into the 1:15.7s at least, just to start higher up the grid. So on this final lap, I'm going to take a bit of precaution just to make sure I get a lap in. I don't want to push it too hard. I don't want to lose the car as we go past Lewis, who gets out our way nicely. And coming through here, it's a lot smoother through here. And it's beautiful. And then we keep it tight around this apex. Try not to touch that curb. If you touch that grey curb on the inside, you will spin. And coming up the chicane, we go too deep. But obviously, we just about get it through. So not ideal through there. But this is our last chance, so we have to send it. And we just go in through every corner now, as well as we can. We go wide coming out of the last one, almost lose the rear a little bit. I tried going through it in 6th gear. I think going down to 5th would have probably been the better option. And we're just pushing the car. You see a 54 flat after Sector 2, where in the earlier lap we did a 53.6 after Sector 2 in the lap that we crashed on. But as you come around the final corner, we come across the line. Can we get up into the top 5? We come across it at 1:15.7, and it is top 5.
I'll take that.
And you can hear my reaction there. I am happy with that. I think I was more relieved than happy. We beat Ali by 2/100ths. So P5, I don't think we could have done much better. Maybe on a perfect lap we get a 15.3 or a 15.4, but I think 5th place was respectable and probably a fair place for me to start. We'll be starting on the softs as well, and I think Ali is on the mediums, who is in 6th. So yeah, if we can get a good start off the line, top 5 in this race is definitely on the cards.
Here we go.
So here we are in the race. We're gonna sort out our race strategy. Lower the fuel, obviously, and my thinking here is I want to do the 2-stop. I have a fresh set of softs that I saved from the qualifying, so we are going to go soft, medium. So here we are, 3 red lights, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go in round 4 of Hungary Venus League, and we get a good start. Coming up behind Colin. Lewis gets a better start than Colin, so Lewis got the inside. Now we think of going around the outside of Colin, but we've got to be careful. Not sure if he's going to crash into us. We take the wide line. We broke a little late, and now we're off the track. We've lost the position at Ali. We almost lose the rear coming out of turn 1. I think there's a little touch with Syracuse on the back. As Syracuse starts down the inside, we do a little switchback. We get through on that scenario. I think him and Kuki touched on the outside. But we get through, and we're up in the P6. But the frustrating part is we're behind Ali on the mediums. So it's not the ideal start that we wanted. We wanted to try and hold P5. But we're down into P6. No damage onto our front wing, you know.
I need to get ahead of Ali.
We got through cleanly, and as you can hear me there, got to get ahead of Ali, and you can tell the pace I have. But around Hungary, it's so hard to overtake, and the best spot is down into turn 1 if you have DRS. And obviously for 2-3 laps, until the 3rd lap, I won't have DRS down that straight. So we are pushing behind Ali, both going wide there. And it's how quickly can we overtake this Mercedes, so that we can almost confirm that P5, maybe even push 3rd and 4th place, because Lewis is also on the softs ahead of us. So if we can stay with him and not lose too much time, we could maybe see a potential podium. But it's all about overtaking this Mercedes. As we come up close on Ali, we are right behind Ali. Are we going to send a move down the inside? We think about it, but we pull out. Ali does good braking, and yeah, we just can't seem to find a way past. So we're going to be stuck behind her.
It's going to be frustrating.
On the 2nd lap as well.
And
we need to find a way past her as soon as possible, because the longer we stay behind, the faster those mediums are going to get compared to our old softs. But on lap 5,
come on, at this point,
we've got DRS, we go down the inside of Ali. It should be a comfortable move. We brake too late, and
oh no,
Ali does a little switch back, and we've lost our chance to get ahead of Ali.
That was a howler.
That should have been the chance. So we're gonna be stuck behind her for another lap.
DRS on this red,
and it's just frustrating, especially when you go too deep in your braking zone, you miss it, and that's going to cost me throughout this race, because I felt like I had the pace to stay with the front 4. But at the end of that lap 5, a safety car comes out and we dive straight into the pits. Ali stays out on the mediums, but yeah, we dive straight into the pits. We're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to go onto the mediums. I think the safety car came out just after all the soft runners, the front 4, had passed the pits, so they weren't going to come in. So yeah, we got onto the mediums. Down in a P7 now, because all the medium runners stay out. And at the end of the safety car, we get a good run out behind Taylor Funk. I think Panini's having some connection issues or something up ahead. But we get a really good run out. We got the inside of Taylor. Fair play for leaving us room. And now we get down the inside. Panini there glitches. So I think he was having internet trouble. But we're up in a P5. So that's two places we got at the safety car restart. One was legit. The other one was because of Panini's connection issues. And seeing that, it's great news for me because Panini, I think was he was qualified P1.
NYC.
So
Collins on old softs.
that's another position. And as we drive past there, you can hear me asking who that was. It brought out another safety car, and it was actually Ali.
No.
So the person who got us at the start, and we were trying to pass, ended up crashing
Back to back.
just before the last corner. So that's two of our rivals that we fighting. I mean, we weren't really going to fight Panini, but he was going to finish ahead of us most likely. That's two people we've managed to out the race. So I'm looking at a potential podium here. I feel confident, especially as Hungary is one of my stronger tracks. And off the safety car restart, NYC's taking his time. He's waiting as long as he can. You can see two cars pass, not realising it. That's going to hurt them a lot. We get an okay getaway. Good enough just to hold on to P2, and now we're going to be following NYC, who started on the mediums. So he's on 11 lap old mediums. We are on, I think, 5 or 6 lap old. So we're going to have more pace than him. And it's all about whether we can get past him and then run our own race for the rest of this. So on to lap 14 we go, and we are pretty close to NYC. We have DRS activated now, and we're going to use it down this straight. Can we get close enough going into turn 1 to make the move? You can hear me there say I'm not close enough, but using all my ERS and DRS, we do get the speed, but not quite. We have to pull out of that, thinking of a move, just trying to see if we can make him brake a little late, you know, maybe mess up his exit. And now here we go round the outside, seeing if we can make something stick. Maybe try and make him make a mistake, miss his braking point, and nothing yet. And obviously something that's pretty obvious as well in the top left. Everybody's got penalties around me, so I'm looking at this and I'm loving it. I haven't got penalty. I think they got penalties under the safety car, which is unfortunate for them. But coming down to turn 1 again, we just not close enough to make that move on NYC. He's racing a good race. But back to the penalties, yeah, I think they all got it under the safety car, and I think it was unlucky how it happened. And they would have got removed, but I think they had to pit, so obviously they serve it in the pits, but they would have got removed after the race, I'm sure, if they hadn't pit again. But coming on to Sector 3, Sector 3 is my strongest sector, and I'm managing to get close to NYC, and you've got to be within 3-4 tenths coming out that last turn to have a chance to overtake down into turn 1. As you can see, we keep it tight on the apex, and getting out early, getting on the ERS, and we're about just under 4 tenths behind.
Not closer, come on!
And down here, we might be able to get the move done now. He covers off the inside, we go around the outside. How late are we going to brake? Are we going to miss our braking zone this time? No, we do not. We get around the outside, we give him the room on the inside, we get on the DRS quickly with the ERS, and we get the move done. And wow, what a move that was. I felt good about that one as we go deep into here, almost giving him the place back for the switchback, but no, we keep it. On the pressure mediums, we had more grip.
Come on.
I think 17-18 lap mediums, he was struggling a little bit. So we managed to get that. We are now in P1. We should be able to pull away a little bit from NYC. But I think at the end of this lap he does come into the pits. I think he did. But yeah, 6 laps later, onto lap 23. We only have 12 laps left, and I'm thinking, can I push these mediums to the end? I mean, I'm only at 34%. And you can see there, I missed my braking zone, lose about a second. To live it behind.
That's cost me like a second.
So it's frustrating in that sense, but I'm thinking, can I get these mediums to the end? You know, the last 5 laps will be horrible, but I think that might be the best bet, because if I pit onto the softs in like 5 laps time, I'll drop a few places, and you know how hard it is to overtake around here, and I think P1 is a possibility. But at this stage, I'm just focusing on trying to get a podium, I think. And you can see safety car
Just past the fucking
right as I go past the pits. So it's good just as the race was looking really good for me, you know, it was looking like a podium. That
Want me to go
happens,
past
and you can see I'm like, do you want me to go past? I'm trying to see if I can, you know, make a move, do something, because
That's my race.
I want to be able to go one more lap around at full speed under the delta. So that can maybe come into the
worst possible
pit stop.
timing. Worst
But
possible
you can hear my
timing.
reaction there. I'm fuming because I wanted to get off these
I
mediums.
can't believe it. I cannot
And you
believe
can
it.
see behind me, Livid managed to get on the softs. He's up into 4th. So a race win is definitely not on the cards now. But a podium still might be there. And I think what gave me a bit of confidence as well was NYC and Kuki behind me. They're a little barrier to Livid on the hards and the mediums. And you can see that NYC gave me a little tap. I'm laughing at my reaction. But he gave me a little tap. I got a 5-second penalty, which will get removed after the race.
That's going to get rescinded.
You can hear me there. But with 9 laps to go on these mediums, I might as well stay out now. No point of a pit stop. And we're going to see what we can do. So going into turn 1, we got a good getaway on the safety car. Livid, I think, goes onto the grass back there. NYC loses the place. So now Kuki is up in the P2. So me and Kuki, who race a lot together, we have a co-op career mode going as well. We're 1 and 2 in this race against some insanely fast drivers. And I think if you would have told us, with 9 laps to go, me and Kuki would be 1-2 in Hungary, I would laugh at you. There'd be no chance because it's just, I don't think either of us would have believed you. But here we are, 1-2 in Hungary. We've got NYC in 3rd, Bottas in 4th, and Livid lost the place. So that's not ideal for him on the fresh softs. He's going to be trying to charge his way through the field, and if Livid would have got past Kuki and NYC within a couple laps, I would have been in trouble because those softs would be rapid. And as you can see now, he has got past NYC, although NYC's fought it well, and I think Livid has now spun. So that's Livid out of the race, or in the back of the race now, and we're in P1 with Kuki on the mediums and NYC on the hards. And at this point, only at this point, is when I start to think, oh shit, I actually have a chance at winning this race with the people behind me. Because I think me and Kuki around here, we have similar pace. So I'm confident I can hold him off, as Sector 3 is my strongest sector. And coming out of that last turn, I can get enough gap so that he can't close me down.
That's what I need. Come on.
And you can hear me there. I'm celebrating that the safety car comes out, because that's 2 less laps I'm going to have to defend. So on to lap 30. I've got 5 laps to hold on to this this lead. 5 laps, and I can win my first ever league race in the Venus Racing League. Kuki in P2. If we get a 1-2 here, it would be one of my favourite things that's ever happened. But as we come out of the safety car, I get the jump on Kuki, and Kuki spins behind me.
Kuki's,
and you can hear my reaction there. I was gutted. I was really gutted. We were both racing such a good race, and he spins off the safety car. I think his tyres might have been a bit too cold. But oh well, you know, it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. I've done it in Bahrain off the start of the grid. I've spun it. It just, you know, one of those things.
I got the jump on him, and I think
you can hear me there, and I'm gutted. I really am for him. But now it's just focus on my race, try and get through these last 4 or 5 laps in first place, and we have NYC behind us on the hards, and I'm thinking he could be kind of my protective block to the people behind on the fresher mediums and the softs, as Livid is also pushing his way up the field. Again, I think that safety car helped him out. And there you go. I think something happened to him again. He either got crashed into or spun. I can't remember. But with 3 laps to go, it's looking good. NYC is chasing us down. He is on his hards will be a lot better than my old mediums at this point, or at least they'll look a lot better. I think they'll have around similar pace. But yeah, he is hunting us down. He's got a bit of a gap to Colin and Lewis, who
NYC is the biggest threat.
I think are going to fight and charge us down very quickly, because we are not fast on these tyres. Me and NYC are not. We're not flying through this track, you know. I'm trying to not spin out, and
I wish we were in
he's on hard
right
tyres, which I hate hard tyres, especially around here. I would hate it. a one-stop strategy is the better option around Hungary. But with 4 safety cars, maybe not. You know, but with two and a half laps to go, we are holding on firm. NYC is closing us down. He's getting right in our tail. He almost loses it there, I think, coming out of that turn. But it's all about just fending them off. That last turn coming out of that last turn, it's all about getting on the throttle early and getting away, making sure there's enough of a gap, 6-7 tenths between me and NYC or whoever's in second. So they can't get me going into turn 1. As you can see there, I've got enough of a gap where I should be alright down this straight. So going on to the 34th lap, I am good from getting overtaken at turn 1, so I'll be fine on this lap. So it's just one more lap where I've got to get that good exit coming out of turn, well, I don't know what number it is, but the final turn, and I should be alright. And here we are, coming on just before the final lap. NYC is a lot closer this time. He is only 4 tenths behind, 3 tenths behind. So we've got to get these last 2 turns absolutely spot on as he goes wide coming out of there. So now we've got that gap that we need. We stick it close to the exit, close to the apex, and now coming out of the exit, we've got that 6-7 tenths gap. And you can hear my reaction there. I know I've got enough of a gap as he's getting closed down by Lewis. Lewis in the mediums. I'm screaming for Lewis to fight him as NYC goes too deep, and Lewis comes up the inside. Not what I needed. I wanted them to fight. Not for NYC to go too deep. I think he also had some connection issues because he lost like 4 or 5 places, and it looked like he desynced, especially on the stream when I watched it back. But now we've got Lewis on our tail on much fresher mediums, and he has better pace around here than me. I think he was 4 tenths faster than me in qualifying. So as we hit the apex right there, we have got to defend for our lives on these, I think, almost 30 lap old mediums at this point. As you can see, Lewis all over the back of me, trying to get past. We keep the inside, and we just park in our car in the perfect spot around this last lap. Can we get this exit? We've got to get it perfect. We get across, and it's beautiful. But Lewis is right behind us. He's going to think of another move. We park our car right in the middle of the track, make it a nuisance for him. He thinks of another move. Can he get around the outside here? He's going to try and go around the outside with the tyres with more grip, but he just can't do it. We managed to hold him off going into the final turn. We have got the
You're not taking this away from
me. You can hear me celebrating there. What a win this is.
Come on! Come on!
That last lap came at the perfect time. Oh, like 60% warm mediums as well. Let's go. You can hear my celebrations there. I was absolutely buzzing. That was an eventful race. I stayed out of trouble the whole race. Didn't get any damage. You know, only pitted once. And wow, what a race that was. But here we are. Here's the standings of our league. I'm now up in a P3 in the Drivers' Championship. And you'll see on Azerbaijan, I said I couldn't attend that race. I had a reserve driver, and they've given me the points for him finishing in 9th. So I'll take that. I'm not complaining. But yeah, we're P3 in the championship. You can see NYC is in 1st. He won the previous 2 races. And it's quite it's mixed up. I wouldn't say the fastest ones are at the top at all. I think there's been people making mistakes, crashes, spins, and it's not how I would have expected the Drivers' Championship to look at this stage. You got Kuki in P4 as well. He is doing well. He could have moved up if he didn't spin, which is unfortunate for him. But looking at the Constructors' Championships over here, Alfa Romeo P3. We could be P1 if my teammate would have turned up for this race. He has very good speed as well. I'd say he's top 3 fastest drivers in the league. But is what it is. We're in P3, we've got Alpine in P2, and Haas in P1 with NYC carrying that team, getting all the points for them. But yeah, P3 in the Constructors, P3 in the Drivers' Championship. It's been a good season so far. And that is round 4 in Hungary done. And next week is round 5 in Belgium. Not one of my strongest tracks, but I am looking forward to it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.